Superman and the Legion of Superheroes in Action Comics, issue 392. Look, Superman, my son is a diving whiz. He could compete in the Olympics. But my boy always winds up with a belly flop Batman. And I do mean flop. The shame of the super son. Superman. A super being must use his powers wisely. But in this imaginary story, the son of Superman has failed every test and paid the penalty, resulting in the shame of the super son. Returning to the Clark Kent estate in his dual identity, Superman grimly faces his troubled wife. Where's Junior? You took him with you to the Fortress of Solitude for his 14th birthday. Why didn't he come back with you? Superman, speak to me. I can tell by your eyes something terrible has happened to our son. What is it? Superman, Clark, why have you locked yourself in Junior's room? Why can't you tell me what happened to him? Let me in, please, please. You must tell me what happened. I'm his mother. And I'm his father. I don't understand him. There was a communication gap between us, even on that father and son day. We couldn't vault over that bar with a pole, and Superman Jr.'s doing it with hands and feet tied, from a standing start. That cat sure handicapped himself to give us a fair shake. Unobserved, my foot pounded the ground, and the underground shock waves oscillated against the bar. The bar is falling. I don't understand it. I'm sure I cleared it with inches to spare. Sorry, I fumbled that, but I'll do better in the next event. You'll see. I'll make you proud of me. Shortly. Superman Jr. isn't making things easy for himself. A crane couldn't lift that 100-ton hammer, let alone flip it like a yo-yo. But like a supersonic battering ram, I hit the hammer. I would have won if it weren't for Dad. Why is he making a fool of me? Can he be jealous of my superpowers? In the last event, Junior is going to win this sprint, even though he gave us a lead and is jumping inside a sack. But a single typhoon breath from me, and like a blown tumbleweed, Dad blew me off the track, disqualifying me. He made me lose, again, even though I wanted to make him proud of me by winning. Later, when we faced the reporters and TV cameras, my son and I thought we'd give the crowd a laugh. We didn't think he really intended to compete against ordinary kids, even though he handicapped himself, did you? You two put on quite a show, Super Father and Sunday. Later, alone. Is that how you use your superpowers? Clobbering non-super kids? Don't you know no boy in this world has a chance against you in any competition, no matter how you handicap yourself. You must use your superpowers to fight crime and help people, not humiliate them. But Junior never succeeded. He always goofed. Somehow. Like this time, when he failed to spot the kryptonite as fake, though it didn't glow like real green K. Young Batman captures escaping gunman. Superlad scared off by fake kryptonite. Then, today, I took him to my fortress. But when I had to leave him to answer an alarm in Metropolis, another teenager here in the fortress? Dad's really fed up with me. He's chosen this kid to take my rightful place as his successor. Well, nobody's replacing me. I'll prove him I'm better than this intruder, no matter how super he is. When I returned, I showed him what a goof he'd made. It was no replacement. He was a robot I designed to help you. But you wrecked him, and the fortress. Reluctantly, I took the only step I could. I'm sorry, son, but your powers have become a menace. I must wipe them out permanently with gold kryptonite. The lead glass of this booth protects me from the gold K. After I flew him home, keep away from me. You took away my powers so I can never take your place, so you'll always be the one and only Superman. No, son, listen. And even as Superman remembers, his wife rushes next door to the estate of Bruce Batman Wayne. Batman, come quickly! Clark, Superman, is acting strangely. He's locked himself in Junior's room. He won't even answer me. Minutes later, the Metropolis Marvel hears a key turning in the door of his son's room. Superman, your wife's out of her mind with worry. She called me. What happened to my son? I destroyed his superpowers forever with Gold K. Heaven help me. Later, as Batman tries to console his old friend on their adjoining estates between Metropolis and Gotham City. They're both doing beautifully. Your kid doesn't look as if he's lost his superpowers. Maybe the dose of Gold K you gave him didn't work after all. But I forgot I can't fly now. I'm not used to doing things without superpowers. I did a belly flop. Great stars. He's never swum without powers either. He's going under. He'll drown. I have you, son. You'll be okay. Thanks for nothing. Let me go. The boy doesn't understand now, but he will later. No, Batman. What I did can never be undone. He won't ever forgive me, and I can't honestly blame him. Later, when the two teens pick up their dates for a dance, if I wanted to ride, I could have gone with Clark Kent Jr. You would be grounded. She doesn't know I am Clark, and I'll probably be Clark from now on. This is my last date in my super costume. At the dance, jump for the prize balloon. Whoever snares it will find inside a ring for his date. No one has a chance against my guy, Superman Jr. But to the ex-super teenager's humiliation, sorry, there's only room for one at the top. You're not only grounded, you shouldn't have left the hangar. Sorry to disappoint you. Next day. Your mother isn't in, eh? Tell her I'll be late. I promised to autograph Superman dolls made by the blind at their workshop on River's End Street. The association contacted me through the Daily Planet. Later, at the workshop, we appreciate your taking time off from battling crime to helping our little charity, Superman. My pleasure. Yours is a worthy cause. Suddenly, a secret compartment is springing open. There's green kryptonite inside. I've been trapped. Like an oak felled by lightning, the action ace topples. The bigger they come, the harder they fall. With Superman under the way, there's nothing to stop us now from pulling the biggest holdup in history. At that moment, my mother sent me to buy some dolls for Christmas gifts, and Dad, unconscious. Only kryptonite could have toppled him. Right, Sonny, and there's a dose of green K for you. What's bad for your dad is bad for you. Like father, like son. We'll drop them both in the bay, farther up the coast. Put them in the dump truck. Green K. Shortly, as soon as we feed our cargo to the fish, we'll blow up the armored truck carrying a $6 million payload without any Superman getting in our way. Suddenly, well, you can't have recovered from the Green K so soon. That crazy kid's wrenched the wheel from my hand. Stop him. As the wild, chaotic struggle ends, silence and feeble laughter. The gang didn't know with my superpowers gone, kryptonite doesn't affect me. I'll call the police and tend to Dad. But after Superman recovers, so Mom insisted I wear my super costume to pick up the dolls. But why are you taking me back to the Fortress of Solitude? To give you your 14th birthday gift, son, in the bottle city of Kandor. Inside the fortress, Superman and Son are reduced to tiny size and transported into the mini city by the microwave tunnel. Then, welcome, Superman. It's urgent that I speak to the Science Council. On this, your 14th birthday, it is the custom for you and your father to wear matching bracelets, signifying that you are his son and heir. As the Man of Steel and his bewildered son are restored to normal size by the microwave tunnel and emerge into the fortress. But, Dad, why didn't you tell them? I can't take your place. You destroyed my superpowers with Gold K. An alien monster broke loose from your interplanetary zoo. Stop it, Dad, before it kills me. Dad, what's happened? You're Superman, the most powerful man in the universe. Why didn't you brush that beast aside like it was a kitten? You heard the head of the Science Council, son. From now on, you will take my place. How, Dad? Gold K stole all my superpowers. How can I fight that monster if you couldn't? Dad, that killer is coming at us again. You know I'm powerless to battle it. Get up! Please, no one but you has a chance of stopping it. No, son, it's up to you now. I may be powerless, but I can't stand by and let that savage beast trample all over you, Dad. If this is our last moment, I want you to know I wouldn't swap you for any other father in the world. Fear and grit explode like a human shell burst. But what happened? Instead of being torn to pieces, I clobbered this nightmare. Dad, I did it. I smashed that monster back with my bare hands. I have my powers back. But how is that possible? Remember that secret consultation I had with the Science Council? I opened my heart to them. I deprived my own son of his superpowers with a dose of gold cake. Even so, he saved my life without super abilities. How can I right the terrible wrong I did him? Only by consenting to the supreme sacrifice. These cosmic kinetic bracelets will siphon all your superpowers into your son, but you can never get them back. Think before you consent. I have. Placed them on my son and me immediately. Dad, how could you have made such a terrible sacrifice for me? You're my son. Any father would have done the same. Now, let's go home. Your mother will be worried. Outside the fortress. Dad, come on, let's break the sound barrier flying home. My flying days are over, son. You forget, I no longer have any superpowers. From now on, I'll be on the sidelines, retired, cheering you on. I won't fail you, Dad. You can count on me to carry on the Superman tradition no matter what the odds. I'm sure you will, son, and I can't wait to see Batman's face fall when I tell him I've retired before he did. It sure will clip his wings. The end. Tales of the Legion of Superheroes. Tie up these phonies, Saturn Lad and Prince Projector. They were crazy to try to convince us they are legionaries. Right, Karate Kid. This so called Saturn girl won't get away. But we are in the Legion. I'm Princess Projecta of Orlando. Let me go. We know these two girls are legionaries, don't we? Then why do the other heroes act as though the heroines are not? The legionnaires who never were. A Legionnaire cruiser makes a silent landing on a lonely asteroid in the 30th century. This is planetoid 7RK, where Karate Kid told us the space renegade Pauser Du is taking refuge. Even though he's my boyfriend and the Legion's leader, I don't see why Val picked us to go after Pauser. Do you, Saturn Girl? Karate Kid's real name is Val Armour. You must have had good reason, Princess Projecta. Anyway, it's my first mission in my new costume. I'll flash on the info tape you brought along. I've never heard of Posar until this mission came up. Surprised at Saturn Girl's new look, the design was submitted by K. Haven Mediger, Columbia City, Indianapolis, and don't miss Supergirl's new fashions in the September adventure. After activating an amazing 3D projector, Pauser Du is especially dangerous due to his arsenal of deadly long range weapons. Extreme caution must be taken around him to stay alive. Phew, Val certainly didn't pick an easy target for us. Using their flight rings, the beautiful Manhunters scout the asteroid surface until. That's his ship. I recognize it from the info tapes. Use your telepathic powers to read Poser's mind and find out if he knows we're here. The answer to that is yes. Where did that come from? So the two stricken heroines fall out of the sky. Sometime later, Poser must have been hidden, just waiting to ambush us. Whatever his weapon was, it knocked us out of the air like we were geese. We've been unconscious for hours. And as the two Legionnaires are airborne again, gone. Poser apparently returned to his ship and jetted off this asteroid. We blew the mission. I hope Val isn't peeved at us for botching the job. At least Poser's weapon didn't do us any permanent harm. Soon after a return flight to Earth, that's odd. All I'm picking up are hostile thought patterns, and they're coming from our headquarters. Great Antares, the energy grappler has been unleashed on us. But it's only used to immobilize unfriendly invading ships. Why us? This is Cosmic Boy. Your craft has violated Legion airspace. Identify yourselves at once. Have you flipped out, Cos? Stop fooling around and release the ship. You sounded serious, Projecta. We'd better play along. We're Saturn Girl and Princess Projecta, returning from asteroid 7RK. We request permission to land. Negative. Touch nothing on that ship. We'll use the energy grappler to bring it in. After the cruiser has been deposited on a landing dock, I don't believe it. 4 of our teammates have taken weapons from our emergency arsenal. And it looks like they'll zap us if we make one quick move. Right, you phony. You two must take us for idiots. There never were any Legionnaires named Saturn Girl and Princess Projecta. You're both complete strangers to us. Now, explain who you are and how you got access to one of our Legion cruisers. Cut the act, Karate Kid. This joke has gone far enough. Projecta and I aren't laughing. And we're not joking. You're spies, and stupid ones too. You should have posed as real members instead of impersonating two Legionnaires who don't exist. You two are going to our detention spheres for questioning. Wait, let us loose for a few more minutes, and we'll show you proof of who we are, right here in Legion headquarters. Request granted. The girl's first stop in the vast clubhouse is the archive computer. This computer is programmed with complete data on all members, but we aren't included. Wait a minute, maybe it's a trick. The last 2 cube slots are blank. It means we've just admitted 2 new members and haven't programmed computer data for them yet. And neither of them is a girl. Noticeably upset, Projecta's next stop is the Legion Hollow Trophies, but this isn't right. One of my trophies has always been over here. And one of mine used to be right here. Somebody's been tampering with these exhibits. It's obvious these two spies are just stalling for time. Infuriated, the girls make a last desperate attempt to prove themselves. That does it. Here's proof you can't dispute. Something's wrong. I've lost my illusion casting power. Very convincing performances. Blazing suns, all my telepathic abilities have vanished too. But if you want to see what your powers are supposed to be, take a look at our 2 new Legionnaires. Presenting Prince Projecta and Saturn Lad. Oceans of Arando, this is too much. They're real-life male versions of us. But our powers work. Look how easy it is for me to cast this illusion. And I'm picking up the thought waves of Shrinking Violet, who's on her way here right now. A moment later, I came to take a look at the intruders. Southern Lad was 100% accurate. He must have my mind reading ability, and Prince Projector has proved his illusion power. It looks very bad for us, Saturn Girl. Bad is the word, for the girls soon find themselves imprisoned 40 feet in the air. At least one thing hasn't changed, the detention sphere. We're suspended at the exact center of this huge chamber of magnetronic rays flowing in all directions. And Brainiac 5 designed the spheres to be virtually escape-proof. There must be an explanation for this nightmare, Projecta. Nightmare? Maybe that's the answer. What if Poser's weapon projected us into a dream so lifelike it seems like it's really happening? Right now, we might still be lying unconscious back in that planetoid. There's another possibility. Poser's weapon could have hurled us into a different dimension, or the parallel Earth, where another Legion exists, a Legion that we don't belong in. Two possibilities, and maybe some more we haven't thought of, but we won't find the answer cooped up in here. Saturn Girl, look at your hand. Val made an oversight that puts an escape method right at our fingertips. He probably figured our flight rings were phonies. It never occurred to him they really work. Now I know your plan, Projecta. Let's try it. Simultaneous, the girls use their rings to propel themselves apart in opposite directions. The pressure is terrific. Don't know how much longer I can keep this up. We'll drain the rings to the limit. The sphere wall is only weakness is elasticity. Tense moment later, a dramatic breakthrough. We did it. Quick, reverse directions, or at this velocity we'll be smashed against the walls of the chamber. We're free, yet we're not. This clubhouse is huge, but for us it's still a prison. We can never get out without being detected. What next? You keep out of sight till I get back. What I have in mind won't take long. Suddenly, Projector zooms through the maze of corridors she knows so well. Luckily, it's night. Most Legionnaires are asleep in their quarters. But right now, there's one particular member I'm interested in. Soon, in the quarters of the Legion's leader. You! So we underestimated you and your partner. It must have taken some mighty sharp thinking to escape your detention sphere. No one else can hear us here, Val. If this is all a big hoax, level with me now. Val, that's beautiful. The enemy power you take orders from has been briefed you on my real name. Stop it. Stop pretending you don't remember that we're a couple. Only a few months ago you told me you loved me. We were on leave from the Legion and you took me up on top of the glorious meteor pyramid on the planet Fraud. This double sunrise isn't half as beautiful as you, Jackie. I'm glad I finally told you how I feel about you. Believe me, Val, there isn't anyone in the universe I'd rather be with. Suddenly, the female Legionnaire makes an aggressive move. None of that sounds familiar, huh? Maybe this will spark a memory. What are you? But as soon as the momentary clinch is broken, nice try, but I don't know you. I'm going to. Something's wrong. I'm blacking out. That's because I stopped by the equipment lab on the way here and coated my lips with a knockout serum. I concocted it only works on Earth people, not randoms like me. And as Projecta bends over the fallen leader, this miniature device from the lab I placed on Val's neck when I kissed him should tell me what I need to know to clear up this mystery. Moments later, returning to the corridor, Saturn Girl doesn't seem to be around anywhere. Has she been recaptured, or? Suddenly, the beautiful Legionnaire is confronted by her masculine counterpart. There you are. Your accomplice has already been taken, and you're next. Good, I was hoping I'd come across the prince again. Time to go into my act. Now that I'm away from Saturn Girl, I'm positive I've regained my illusion power. Then, shockingly, help me, I'm being devoured by some sort of alien gas creature. Hope the illusion I'm projecting around myself looks frightening enough to do the trick. Ah, every ounce of energy is being soaked out of my body. I'm dying. Great moons of Jupiter. Don't panic, Jackie. I'll summon the other Legionnaires. We'll get you out in time. An eye blink later, the apparition is gone. Too late, Prince Projector. You already gave yourself away. So, it's really Brainiac 5 under the mask. Yes, I used a device I invented to fake your power. Congratulations, Projecta. You've come through the test beautifully. How about letting me in on this? Why test me? A few days ago, our archive computer disclosed some alarming data. This is bad. According to this prediction, one Legionnaire is dangerously near the breaking point. It's Princess Projecta. The data show a 98% probability that she will break down in a time of crisis and jeopardize the other members' lives. As you know, the archive computer is new and still in an experimental stage. There was a chance it had malfunctioned, made an error about you. The only way to find out for sure was to put you through a grueling ordeal. I was in on it. So I guessed you used your telepathic control to make me think I had lost my illusion power. Right. As the proctor, I had to stay by your side and grade your response to each crisis. Two more players make their entrance. Sunboy and Chameleon Boy. At your service. I thought it was rather good as Saturn Lad. And it was simple for me, my chameleon powers, to make me into a convincing Pawzar. How'd you get wise? One of Brainy's inventions helped me. I placed this tiny truth disc on Val's neck. After measuring his electrostatic brainwaves, it was indicating he was lying. And you made a goof too, Brainy. As I planned, the monster illusion I cast around myself made you panic for just a moment, long enough to let your guard down and call me by my nickname, Jackie. Only my friends ever call me that. It's about time you woke up, boss man. Did I pass the test? Tomorrow I'm ordering the computer to be dismantled and repaired. Wrong, I'm doing it. It's Monel, the deputy leader. Not anymore. It's past midnight of your last day in office, kid. Now I'm the new leader. An element lad is my deputy. Next morning, an official ceremony takes place as the adult advisor swears Monel in. And I will faithfully perform the duties of leader. Sorry you're not leader anymore, Val. Oh, Jackie, sorry I didn't leave office a week ago, so I wouldn't have had put you through that ordeal. The end.